I'm going to send this letter to the TV pastors.
All right.
Because they're not responding to anything. They're still comatose, right? They totally ignore what's coming up in this civilization science. Yeah.
I want to ask you, if they ignoring it, why do you take it on your health? Who cares? You just say what you
Well,
want.
you see, theologians are supposed to tell the world. That is what Jesus said.
Yeah.
Go out in the world and teach the good news.
That's true.
But theologians, they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because they're only interested in money and prestige.
Maybe something else too.
And if you look at the TV pastors, they're all millionaires.
Yes.
But you know what they do? They always want money. And then the biggest one, the biggest millionaires, they say, send me $1,000 to get a seed, and then God is going to give you, multiply it, maybe give you $100,000 or $1 million. They're applying greed.
That's true.
Greed.
But
not the word of God.
But God
no, it's their greed to get $1,000.
But God is something and they are something else. When they are going bad, doesn't mean God is going bad with them. They are off, not God.
Here's an interesting thing. I always said that the TV pastors, most of them are comatose. They will not even look at what's happening in science.
Yeah.
They don't even know that they're going to starve to death in the next year.
They don't care. They have enough money.
They don't care.
The people who
They
are gonna
think,
starve.
"Oh, send me money," and then
The people who are gonna starve.
They don't even realize that Monsanto has changed the food chain and screwed it up. Go in any market in America, I don't care where you are, there's this little sticker on there. There's a patent number for lawyers to go after them. And then if you see the milk carton, it says, there's a sign on there that this cow is not inoculated with BRT from Monsanto's.
Yeah.
And then they have the little say, the FDA, the biggest crook in the world, screwing up everything. Our government, liars. They say, our liar government says that it is not dangerous. And they ignore all the tests that in the milk is pus. The milk is injected with something to give you more milk, and then it's full of pus. And then the pus is ignored by the FDA. They will not accept that because the FDA, biggies, they're all past president and vice president of Monsanto's. So everybody in the milk cartons is afraid of Monsanto's. They send their lawyers and are involved in illegal disputes which cost them $100,000 or more. So they put on there, say the FDA says it is not dangerous what Monsanto is producing. And they're the guys who invented Agent Orange, killing millions of people in Vietnam. And they're the same guys, our government, our government, the FDA, is the same guys. They just switch up to get double dipper. All money under the table in bank accounts, not in America, offshore. Now, here it is. You want to know why you're going to be dead next year? Because the GMO is collapsing. When you take out this intelligence embedded in every cell, if you take the intelligence out or replace it with something else, then it's less. If I take a hammer and hang you over the head with it, well, you may live a little bit longer or shorter. I don't know how, depending on how big the hammer was, but one thing's sure, you're going to be less. That is entrophilos. That is never going to be better. This is not helpful when I take a hammer over your head. No! And that's what they do. They splice out the policemen who protects any foreigners wants to come in their cell. They protect them, and then they couldn't do genetic modification, so they spliced out the policeman. Now they can put all the junk in there. Well, what the computer says. Garbage in, garbage out.
More garbage out.
So if you put some foreign garbage into the cell structure, it's causing extinction. That is science. That has nothing to do with any Bible prophecy or this. No. You see, the Bible teaches that they're so stupid and ignorant about science, they don't want to read it. They don't want to read science, what's happening. When you look at it, it's Bible, they teach the Bible which is hundreds of years old, all screwed up from the Middle Age. They still teach that stuff because it makes money. You know what it is? Say, oh, you're going to be raptured to heaven. Now think about it. Jesus comes down to heaven, from heaven to earth. What are these people going to do in heaven? If Jesus is there, he's not there, he's here. Oh, how's that happen? I thought we were going to heaven. What are you going to do in heaven? What are you going to do in heaven? Everybody is going to be in heaven, resurrected. No. You know what Jesus said? They don't believe Jesus. They call him a liar. Jesus is out after the resurrection. After we are resurrected, is a new heaven, a new earth. So if they want to be raptured in the old heaven, you know what it says? Peter says in 2 Peter, I got it here, 2 Peter 3:10, read it. It says, the old heaven will go blow up in fire. Wow. So if the Christians go to heaven, guess what they have? It's a little hot there. Oh, I wouldn't go there. Yeah. And that's what the theologians preach on TV. Stupid guys. They don't want to know science. They don't want to know it. Okay?
Most people have a job. They are not God people. It's a job. To make money, to live, to
send money to give you pearls.
Look.
And you know, then they have trinkets. They say this little cloth, it is blessed by the Pope, or this is little water is blessed by the Pope, or this little thing and that, the king.
Everybody has his own grace.
Everybody is giving you something, just let me money.
Do you know in Iran, they give the people key for heaven, and they tell them go fight, and when you die, you already have the key in your pocket. When they get killed, they look in the pocket, the key, and who gave the key? The biggest
and then,
guy in
then
Iran.
they say they're going to get 7 virgins. I cannot even manage one. You want to get 70? Buy. Why do we have 50% divorces here? They cannot even manage one and they want 70. Whoa. No. The thing is this. In Matthew 25, verse 12, it says, truly go away and never knew you. Theologian, notice, Jesus never knows you.
Yeah.
And you know what the Bible said? The Bible said I sang all the Hosanna songs in church. And I prayed and prayed and prayed. Yeah, who did you pray to? Satan knows all about the Bible and is preaching the Bible. But he's injecting his lies and you believe his lies.
Well, he's testing us and we are going
What
through the
are
test.
theological lies? I'm a scientist that tell you in science, the lies are there. The lies are there. Why don't you believe the lies? Teach a little logic in your brain.
They don't have it. See,
See,
talent is gift.
it's a gift, yeah.
If you're not talented, you need somebody to pray for you. Because seriously, you are just like a victim in this universe.
You
because
know,
you're not talented.
I sent some pearls to a CEO of $1 billion truck manufacturer. Biggest guy, he gets $1 million salaries. And I sent him a simple little stuff I wrote for High school kids are less than that because I only have grammar school education. But he wrote me back, I really don't understand it. That's exactly what I say. When you read, you cannot read anymore. This new generation, he's only 30, 40-year-old, makes $1 million in salary. And he's the biggest. He's the biggest in the truck industry, in pharmacies, right? What did I say? The new generation has all this little gizmo, and they only read headliners. They couldn't even read 2 pages of what I'm writing. They haven't got the basis anymore of science. You know, the science, it's in the lexicon. There's a lot of words there. They don't even understand those words anymore. They don't teach it anymore. In the university, they teach the evolution lies, and it says, all right, you want to believe a monkey story, go ahead. But the evidence is in Google. You know what I said here? Google ancient artifacts. You know artifacts? Somebody made it. It had to have tools, had to have machines, had to have something. And you know, Google it and look at 1,000 pictures of ancient artifacts. And then if you're theologians and you're offended when I say you're ignorant and comatose and you're offended by what I'm saying, then I say Google here the artifacts and identify to me how many of the artifacts is in the Bible. Because you think you know the Bible, you should identify an artifact, thousands on there, which was built 4,000, 10,000, 4 million years ago, according to the idiots who believe in evolution religion. Now, I don't know what persuasion you are. If you're a theologian and you like the gap, oh, there's a gap. There's billion years, and then we're going maybe 7,000 years. That's the Bible. Oh, then we might have a gap here. And then they fantasize the gap. When they teach that in Sunday school, when the little kids eat it up, and then they grow up, and then he becomes a CEO, the number one of a huge corporation, and he doesn't understand 1 page in science. They don't go to church. And it has a reason for that too.
You know, when you give your people here the card, do you know what? They just look at the card and they make a judgment.
Yeah, right, headliner.
That's it.
The headliner.
They look at all of them.
You know what
look,
they have?
All of them have exactly the same result. I couldn't believe it. All of them.
You know, there's only 2 symbols on all of the internet. And you recognize it. This. You know, Caesar, when he looked at the Christians, when they were butchered, they looked at Caesar up there in Rome, you see the big theater, right? When they looked at his son, down or up, same thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be Caesar, as smart and rich? Yes. They think they're all Caesar. Oops. They don't even know the lives of these people who got eaten up by lions when they crucified them and burned them.
Yeah.
They don't even know the lives of the scholars. How many scholars did they kill who know more about it? They killed them with a thumb. Thumb up, thumb up. Okay, we have the same thumb today. Do you think mankind has changed from Caesar?
It will never change.
From Caesar, what he did, all his emperors, where are they today? The Bible is still around. These people testify to the Bible, to the eternal truth is still around. And I'm only a scientist to point it out to theologians, a bunch of liars.
Is it all of them?
All the Christians in church.
Have you ever seen a one which is nice, or all your experience with bad things? I mean, have you ever seen a nice guy knows God?
I come from the World War II, Hitler and Stalin, and I've seen it all. And I seen how the American governments took thousands of criminals, Hitler criminals, Werner von Braun and all these guys, and put them over here and gave them fat jobs and a nice pension. They wanted the knowledge. There were doctors in there who forced these Jewish people to death to study all the science about it. They became directors of departments in America. The Nazis became directors with big fat salaries, never went to court. They took them out before they could get to the court. They got a few guys and hanged them, okay, but the majority ended up in the American government.
Of course.
That is a crime, international crime.
See,
And they're responsible what they did, and they're still today, they're doing it.
see, the scale of judgment in your eye, in your head, is God.
Judgment is
Let
from
me-
big
let
time.
me-
We're so corrupted.
Look, let me finish this
Oh,
thing, because
all
this is a balance that's good for me and you.
Ah.
Look, you have, your law is God. Their law is the dinero, money.
Money?
They don't match.
Who controls
Your
money?
philosophy, banker, but your philosophy and their philosophy, they will never meet.
No,
They
no,
will
no.
never match.
It's evil.
So you are this way, they are this way,
Yeah.
and it will never meet. So if you see somebody religious is going in their direction, then you get upset. But don't get upset from those people who go
No,
on the
here-
wrong direction,
here-
because it's money they've got. The
No,
God is a
it's all
God.
right. You see, before God sent Sodom and Gomorrah, and all the children and families, everybody got killed in Sodom and Gomorrah. Everybody got killed. But he sent somebody to give a warning. Somebody was little tainted righteous. There was relatives of Abraham. And they said, we'll give him a warning. If he hadn't gone, they would have perished too. In Noah's eyes, they sent Noah. It says, I'm going to destroy this earth. And all right. Noah believed and built a boat to save his relatives. He
But
had
he ordered,
hundreds.
right? He ordered by
But the
God.
relatives didn't show up and God closed the door. Noah couldn't close the door in his boat. It was a container. It was as big as a container ship. God closed the door. And then Noah waited. Said, whoops, well, nothing happened. 1 month, 17 days. 1 month and 17 days is 47 days. Then the Big Bang you heard. But not all sections.
So he was waiting all this
He
day.
was waiting. You know, God, when you get 1,000 animals to water, it's all electricity done. You know, the feeding and stuff was all set up like a container ship, automatic.
Yeah.
But the scientists wouldn't know that. You know, the evolutionary monkeys theory, they will never give you that. You can never see the artifacts in Google, what they really mean. You don't understand it. That requires sophisticated machinery to do it. And of course, in history, there was the stupid people with bow and arrow, right, and okay, they lived in a cave, and they came, first the monkey went in the cave, and out comes the human, whatever. That's the philosophy they have. But it's, you know,
But not
you
religious.
cannot, you go in a crazy house and you ask any of the people about anything, you know, and you get some answers, and again, you go to universities, it's the same answer. What can I do about it? You know, they refuse to read the Bible. They don't want to Google it and see the artifacts. Well, they all know better. Okay, know better. But the thing is this, Noah's relatives were not in the boat. Why?
Not all of them? All of them?
No,
So
only his 3 sons and their married wives.
See, even at Noah, nobody believed him, see? So you
See,
expect now
the
people to
wives,
believe you?
the wives have parents and grandparents and nephews and children. There's 100 of them. They all left. You know what they did? Every week, and they went to see Noah's building his boat. Oh, they laughed. And they had a circus around it.
See?
All the people came from the town and laughed and laughed and laughed. They sold hot dogs and ice cream and looking at the crazy man building a boat in nowhere. There was There was no water. He's building a boat, but there's no water.
See? Oh, this is the miracle.
This is a joke.
This is a miracle.
And then the boat gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Whoa, this is, you know how big the boat is? You see a model now in Germany, Frankfurt
How big is it?
airport. There is a boat round, and it's round on the bottom. And every time that I buy to go to the airport to fly home to California, I say, there's no boat. I pointed it out. They built it. It's big in Frankfurt airport.
So how big is it?
Container boat.
Is it like a big ship here or bigger?
It's a container boat.
And it's bigger size.
Yeah, and has electricity, water, and everything in it.
At this time there's electricity?
Electricity, yes, and I prove it to you in artifacts.
At no
In my
time there
books.
is electricity.
I photographed it. Do you know they had computers? They had airplanes.
Where? Now? Where?
They found in graves, in Egyptian graves, model of gold airplanes. When they look at it, when they say, whoa, that looks like an airplane, it is an airplane, but then they made a bigger model. When it flies,
It's balanced.
they know aerodynamics. They had, it's not just, Google it. It's there.
People these days, they hardly living,
And you
making
know,
a living. They're not gonna worry about
These people
thousands of
were
years ago.
smarter.
general stuff.
They made it out of gold. If they made it out of wood or a lot of things, they would have been gone. But they made it out of gold, and gold gets the attention. But when they found gold, oops, there's gold too. And then they say, airplanes? Yes, airplanes. It has electricity. Now I'm going to give you one more idea, then I shut up. I went to Peru. They have foundations, and the foundation blocks are black stone. It is so hard that nothing will touch it. And then the stones have carved in round noses interlocking on top of that. And they are half a degree going up, all the way up, 100 feet. And on top of the build 2-3 times churches. And when there was an earthquake, the church has gone there to rebuild them again, the earthquake again, except the foundation. But you know how the foundation, when you look at the stones, they're 1,000 tons. You couldn't even put a razor blade in between. First of all, what kind of machine did they have to move this stone? Second of all, how was it polished? And then they found out that the stone laying here on the other one stone on top was beveled.
So it doesn't slide.
In the curvature. When the other curvature exactly matched. No! When they put it on top, it had to be rotated to have the one half-degree angle. How you could turn a rock 100,000 tons? How you could turn it to get that angle? You have a round ball shape. How did they match the ball shape one stone to another? I have seen a machine in science that took a steel plate to make books. A steel plate that thick, steel, on a table. When there came the nozzle and cut out a hole, or cut out a pattern with water pressure. When sometimes you put a little sand in there, it gets better.
Yeah, it will be harsher.
And I built a machine for
Sandblasting.
Apex. They had a metal that was so hard, diamond couldn't cut. But they need to have slices 1 millimeter to make a head. There was 2 things wound up, placed together and there was a hole in it that was the rotating head to give you television pictures. A motor with 4 heads on there going at 14,000 RPM, and I gave him an airbag motor, but the jitters would go out, and invented that at that time. Nobody could cut. So I made a machine with blades, just steel blades. And underneath was wax, the little part. And then I just put over water and carborundum, which is the hardest man-made crystal, which is like diamond, dust, and water. And I was spraying it. And the thing was just going all day long. When I sliced it all the way down the thin wafers, they could build this thing. Now, I did that when 40 years ago, 50 years ago, with Apex Corporation in Redwood City, California. And there I remember some old guys that are still around. They remember the machine? They had 5 or 6 of them doing nothing all day long, cutting with a little carborundum and water dust. And they sliced anything. Now, combine this idea with the other idea of a steel plate that they cut. The ancient had a cutter. They put the rock in place and then they cut and made it around, whatever they wanted to do, when the weight itself fit it. And that was it. A blaster like this to cut a rock, we don't have that today. We don't even know how to lift 1,000 tons. These people were stupid people. They tell us in universities. And you know, look at the videos they made. There is an old professor, he gets paid high, big long PhDs. You know what he did in front of the pyramids? They want to see how was the pyramid built. So he's standing in front of a rock when he has a copper chisel, when he hammers away. That's the video they made. They say, that's how they made 2 million rocks square, exactly. If you're not insane, I don't know who are you watching this? Watching this garbage, the university sanctions and made it, they'll keep your brain dead? Rejecting the Bible.
They prepare you for the universe life, not for God's life, not for the other life. For today life, you have to be like this.
I put the science facts together. God's wrath is coming right at you. When you still look at it, there it comes, and you're brain dead. Like a sheep and a cow on the pasture, you look at it, I wonder what it is. I don't think the sheep and cows have more brains than what they have in universities. I've said enough.